guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to make this super cute little crochet crown. This is obviously one that I've done already to use as my example one, and it is just so gorgeous, and I can't wait to give it to my daughter when she gets home from school because I just know she'll love it. So this is my sample one. It's actually quite a small one, so she'll probably use this for her teddies or something, but you can do these in absolutely any size that you like, right from newborn baby up to an adult one if you really wanted to. I've used a really nice sparkly yarn. I don't know whether you can really see it, but that's what I've used for this, and I've used it in silver. I also have a gold sparkly yarn and a red sparkly yarn, but I'm just going to do it in the silver one once again. And it is really easy, you know, a beginner could quite easily make this. I will do it step by step as always. So this is the yarn that I'm going to be using. It's a So Crafty yarn, and it's called Fancy Yarn Grey Glamour. So it is really nice and shimmery, and it's quite stretchy as well, which is great for obviously something that's going to go around the head. Now when it comes to the style of the crown, you can either do it so that it sits just on top of the head, a little bit like a tiara, or you can do it a little bit bigger so that it sits down around the head a little bit more. So you can choose whichever style you like and measure the head accordingly, or if you're making it for someone else, just pop them a message and ask for the circumference of the child's head. And there are obviously guides online as well with like approximate baby age head circumferences as well, if you wanted to go about it that way. So it's really simple, and it's just done, this one is just done with 2 rows of half trebles or half doubles if you're in the US, and then the sweet little peaks on the top. But again, there are so many variations that you could use. You could do like the curved shell, or you could do double trebles to make them even taller. You can chain more or less in between as well. And then obviously, I mean, I haven't done it on this one yet, but it would look really nice if you, with some fabric glue, just popping little coloured jewels into the little spaces here. That would also look really sweet. And this one I've obviously done the peaks all the way around for my crown, but you could also just do 3 or 5 just to create a tiara for a baby girl as well. But for the tutorial, I will show you how to do the full crown. So to start with, you want to just create a quick slip knot. So you pop your yarn over your finger and fold it in front of the long end, and then hold that tail end between your fingers and yarn over the top of your finger again, and then pull that back loop over the top of the front loop, and then you've created your loop, and just insert your hook and we're ready to go. So like I said before, you just need to know a rough measurement of the age of the child that you're making the crown for, and then make a chain accordingly. You need to do the starting chain in multiples of 6 as well, so just bear that in mind. Obviously when using your rough measurement, just try and make sure that it is a multiple of 6 as well. So I'm just going to do my chain, so yarn over and pull through, and yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, and just continue until you get the length of the chain that you need for your model, shall we say. And I'll meet you back when you've created your chain. Okay, so I've just completed my chain now. And we need to join this together now to make it into a circle. So this bit can be a little bit fiddly, and you do need to try and make sure that you get it right, because obviously it can throw off your project if you don't. And what you want to do to make it into the circle is obviously work your way back to your slip knot end, and as you run your fingers across, just try and make sure that you're not twisting it, and if you do come across a twist, just make sure you unravel the twist. But you want to make sure that you're keeping this front of the foundation chain facing you. So you don't want the back, which has the center loop lumps on it. You want to make sure that it's the front of your chain where you've got your V's all the way along. So just keep running it through your fingers until you come to the other end where your slip knot is, and then you know then that you're pretty straight. And then bring it around to your other side, and then you're just going to pop your hook through that very last chain. Oops. And then you're just going, so you've popped your hook through that last chain, and then you're just going to slip stitch to join your work to create your circle. So hopefully now we'll have no twists in it as we work around. Hopefully it will all be okay. And we're going to now build our very first row. Now you can do as many rows as you like. In my sample one I'd done 2 of the starting rows, but you could just do 1 or you could do 4. It just depends how tall that you want your crown to be. So we're all joined up. So to start with, you want to chain 2, and we're going to be working half treble crochets all the way around, or that's half double crochets if you're in the US. So to do a half treble, you want to yarn over and insert your hook into that first space, and yarn over, pull up, so you've got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. And we'll do that again into the next stitch. So yarn over, insert, yarn over and pull up, so you've got your 3 loops, and yarn over, pull through 2, and then again into the next one. You're going to do exactly the same all the way around. Oops. And into the next one. And you're just going to keep doing your half trebles or your half doubles all the way around your chain. Now I personally, when I work my way back along, I like to catch 2 of the loops when I'm doing my half trebles, and then I just leave the 1 loop at the bottom. I just feel it makes it a little bit more sturdy. So if you want to continue doing this all the way around, and I will meet you back when you start to get towards the other side, or the other end should I say. So I've just got back round to where we started from, and you can see it is looking a little bit curly, but you don't need to worry about that at all. At this point, before you go any further, you do just want to check that when you do unravel it, it's not twisted. So you can see mine is nice and flat and it lines up quite nicely. So I've just got one last half treble to do into this stitch here. So I'm just going to do my last one into there, and then we're ready to complete our round. So we started with the chain 2 at the beginning, so you want to find the top of that second chain and just insert your hook into the top of that second chain and do a slip stitch to join together. And now we're ready to start the next row. Now, as I said before, you don't have to do 2 rows, you can just do it as 1 and then build your points on the top of this, or you could do 5, 20, whatever you want. But I'm just going to do 1 more. So same as the last round, you just want to start with chaining 2, and then you're going to half treble into the next stitch. You're not going to go into the bottom of where you just came out from, you're going to go into your next stitch here. So again, half treble, and at this point you want to make sure that you're catching the V on the top of your hook. So when you yarn over and insert, oops, didn't do that very well, you just want to make sure that you've got the V at the top of that stitch, and then complete your half treble. And you're going to do this all the way around, just like the last row. So if you want to do your half trebles into the top of every stitch, and I will meet you back at the end of this row. So I'm now back where we started from, and I've just got one chain left here to do my last half treble into. And then again we're just going to join at the top of the chain 2. So insert your hook into the top of that chain 2 and just do a slip stitch. So that is it for me. I've created the band base for my crown. Before we go any further, I really feel the need to apologise if you can hear some snoring. It's actually my little cat. He's asleep under the table, but it just seems to be making a lot of noise, so I'm hoping the camera's not picking it up, but if it is, I'm very sorry. He's just a very noisy sleeper. So anyway, we're now going to create the little peaks for our crown. So to do that, we're going to start by chaining 3, so 1, 2 and 3, and I'm going to do trebles, or this would be double in the US. So that chain 3 is going to count as our first treble, and then into that same space where we've just come out from, we're going to do 2 more trebles. So yarn over and then pull through 2, and then same again, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 and yarn over. So I've now got my 3 trebles, and then we're just going to create the little space here which makes the really nice points. So to do that, I'm going to chain 4, but you can chain as many as you want. If you don't want them quite as pointy, then don't chain any in between, and that'll give you like a rounded shell. You could just chain 2 just for a smaller point, but I quite like the drama of the 4 points, so I'm going to chain 4 and then back into that same chain space where we've done the other trebles. We're going to do 3 more trebles. So 1, 2 and 3. And then we're going to skip 2 chains, so we're going to miss this one and this one, and then we're going to do a double into this one. So this will be single crochet in the US, but I'm just going to do a quick double. And then we're going to move on to the next peak. So you want to skip 2 again, so miss 1, 2, and then we're going to do a treble crochet into that 3rd chain from where we are. So we're going to go straight into a treble and then 2 more, 2 and 3, and again we're going to chain 4 and then our 3 trebles back into that same chain space. And then we're going to skip 2 chains, so we're going to miss this one and this one, and then we're going to double or single into that 3rd one. And then you're just going to do the exact same thing again that you've just done. You're going to yarn over and do a treble into the 3rd chain along, and you're going to do your 3 trebles, and then you're going to do your chain 4, or however many you've chosen to do, and then you're going to do your 3 trebles back into that same chain space. Oops, I've messed that up there. That's better. And if you were just doing a tiara, then you would probably want to finish 1, 2, 3 here, just with the, I'll just pull that out slightly so I can show you, just with the 3 points, or maybe if you wanted to do 4 or 5, but you probably wouldn't want to do many more than that. that would make a really sweet little tiara. But I'm obviously going to carry on and do the full crown. So if you just want to carry on creating your peaks, and then I will meet you back when you get towards the end. So I've just done my last peak here, and in theory you should finish with 1, 2, 3 and 4 chains left. So I'm going to 1, 2, 3, go into my third one, but for this very last one I'm actually going to slip stitch rather than doing a double. So I'm slip stitching. The good thing about crochet is if you ended up with a couple extra stitches at the end, you didn't have the right amount, then just go back a little bit and just maybe instead of skipping 2, just skip 1, and you can usually work it out so that it does go all right in the end. So I've just slip stitched my last point down, but I actually need to just catch this one here to pull it down, because obviously you can see it sticks up at the moment. So you just want to insert your hook into the top of the chain 3 that we did at the very beginning. Oops. You just want to insert your hook into there, and then you're just going to yarn over and pull it down to do a slip stitch, and you can see that that's just pulled that down nicely now, so it's not sticking up anymore. And then you're just going to yarn over just to tie off, and just snip off your yarn, and then as you pull this tail end, don't pull it up, pull it down if you can, just to help pull that point down even more. So just hold both sides and pull down, and then all that's left is to sew in your ends. And you can see it's just so cute. And obviously I've got 2 now, so my little boy and my little girl will be very happy, and I can see we're going to have some very regally dressed teddies tonight. But I really hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial. You could block these if you really wanted. You could block them down quite flat, just to pull up these points a little bit more, but you can just do that with your fingers. Just give them a little pull, and you can see it makes them look lovely. So obviously this one hasn't got the tails sewn in, but I really hope that you've enjoyed it, and I hope that whoever you make your little crowns for really appreciate them, because I just think they're absolutely gorgeous. But thank you very, very much for watching, and remember to subscribe, because I do have loads more videos coming, and give me a thumbs up if you did like it. And I am on Instagram now, so if you do make any of these, feel free to tag me. It's blossom_crochet UK, because I love to see when people have made something from my tutorials. But I really hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you again with my next tutorial very soon. But thank you very much for watching as always.